In previous video, we have discussed the matter in our surrounding introduction. Then physical nature of matter. Matter is made up of particles. How small are these particles of matter? Okay, shall we go for next topics?
Absolutely. Building on what we've discussed so far, the next important topic is the characteristics of particles of matter. Would you like to delve into that?
Yes.
Wonderful. So the first characteristic we can discuss is that particles of matter have spaces between them. Have you observed any examples of this around you?
What?
So I was asking if you've observed any examples of the particles of matter having spaces between them in your daily life. Would you like me to give you an example?
We can give examples of sugar, salt, and etc.
That's right. When you dissolve sugar or salt in water, the particles mix in and fill the spaces between the water particles. Can you think of any other examples?
Lemonade is another example, I think.
Absolutely. Lemonade is a great example. When you mix lemon juice, sugar, and water, they all blend in together, showing that there's space between the particles. Now, shall we move on to the next characteristic?
Yes.
Alright, the next important characteristic is that particles of matter are constantly moving. Have you observed this in any situations?
Yes, you can tell.
Sure thing. Think of when you drop a drop of ink into water. The ink slowly spreads out and mixes with the water, right? That's because the tiny particles of ink are moving around and mixing with the water particles. Another example would be the smell of hot cooking that spreads through your home. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Great. So particles of matter are constantly moving because they possess something called kinetic energy. This kinetic energy keeps them moving around, and the temperature influences how fast they move. Higher temperature means faster movement. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Excellent. So we've discussed that particles have spaces between them and are constantly moving. The third characteristic is that particles attract each other. Would you like to know more about that?
Yeah.
Excellent. So particles of matter attract each other because there's a force of attraction between them. This force keeps the particles close together, and its strength varies from one substance to another. Would you like to discuss some examples of this force?
Yes, give some examples.
Think about how difficult it is to break a piece of iron compared to breaking a piece of chalk. The force of attraction between the particles of iron is much stronger, making it harder to break. Another example is the force of attraction between the particles of a liquid versus the particles of a gas. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Great. So to summarize, the three key characteristics of particles of matter are: 1, they have spaces between them; 2, they are constantly moving; and 3, they attract each other. Do you have any questions about these?
Okay, thank you for giving these great concepts. Then we can discuss further in next video. Thank you.
You are most welcome. I'm glad I could help clarify these concepts for you. Yes, let's definitely continue discussing the further topics in the next video. Until then, take care and keep learning.